Hey guys, this is Mr. Galbraith with my series At Home with Mr. Galbraith, where we revisit, we kind of look at and explain things we've discussed in class, just in case you missed something or you just need me to reiterate something for you. And in this series, we're looking at the main causes of World War One. So looking at main causes 1914 to 1918, specifically militarism, alliances, imperialism, and nationalism, and how they kind of created that powder keg for when the spark actually hit, when we'll talk about tomorrow with the Archduke. Everything just goes chaotic within Europe. So the first one, militarism. If you just look at that term, it looks like military. And that's what the focus is. It's the government's attempt to not only increase the size of their military, the number of ships and people in their army, their artillery, but also improving those technologies. Because if you think about it, if I had on my side 1,000 soldiers and they had muskets and spears, but then you had 10 people that had machine guns, well, you're going to win. So it's not just looking at the size of it, but it's also looking at the weapons that they're carrying. And the problem with militarism is that if my country goes and it militarizes, well, your country's going to feel threatened. So how would you respond? Well, this is going to lead to what we call an arms race, where we have all these countries that border each other trying to show the world and showcase how truly strong they are with the size of their military. Now, moving into, well, what if my country doesn't have a really strong military, but my neighbors are amassing this awesome power? Well, one quick way to grow stronger is by buddying up. And this is where we get into the alliances. So these alliances are looking at agreements to help each other out. And in most cases, we talk about like military alliances. So if I'm attacked, you will come and help me out. If you're attacked, I pledge to help you out. And it kind of goes into that idea of safety in numbers. It's if we're all together and we all appear stronger, then maybe we'll be less likely to actually have someone try to attack us. The problem is the countermeasure, which is if someone does attack me, well, now I'm drawn into a war, but it's not just my country and my soldiers, it's anyone in my alliance. So it's going to start a small conflict into a massive conflict. And we're going to break down this whole alliance here right for you now. So when we look at the alliances of World War One, we're going to see two major alliances, the Central Powers versus the Allied Powers. Now, Allies comes from the fact that we're on that side. So the Allied Powers are the US, Great Britain, France, Russia, the Romanians, Serbia, Italy will later join us, and Portugal. Now, the opponents, and this is a major power in Europe at this time. You have Germany, Austria, Hungary, Bulgaria, and the Ottomans. And if you look at the map, they're kind of in the center of everything, which is where they get their name, the Central Powers. There are some advantages with the Central Powers. They're easily able to communicate with each other because they share borders for the most part. The problem that they'll face is that they're going to be fighting a war on two sides. So you have the Russians and the French and the British attacking the Germans from multiple angles. And we'll talk about actually how that develops and how the Russians get into it, and then later how the Russians actually leave this war, which will bring the US into it a little bit later on. Now the next area we'll be looking at is imperialism. So imperialism is a unit that we've done already. We're looking at the building up of empires and using those resources to benefit themselves. Now that sounds great for the country that's taking over other groups, but it's kind of like if I have, you don't have. Because as I take over that territory, if you're the country that's next door to me, well, I'm getting resources and you're kind of shut out of it. It's kind of like if we went to lunch tomorrow and I've decided I was going to bring pizza for my first and second blocks, but not for my third and fourth block. Well, first and second block, hooray, yeah, you guys are all happy. But if you're my third and fourth block, you're going to get this sense of, well, why are they better than us? Or why are you treating them better than us? Why do they get this and why don't we get this? Now, we did it very trivial just now, nothing major, but we're talking about the life and existence of colonies, of their economies, of their militarism. We're looking at how the countries develop, and the more that you have, the more resources you have, the stronger you appear. And so with that, we're going to lead into nationalism, because it's that sense of we're awesome, we're great, we're going to show the world how great we are. So nationalism is this pride, and you can see nationalism when we say sing the Star Spangled Banner, when you're saying the Pledge of Allegiance. It's a sign that we are unified, that we're all, in our case, Americans, and we're proud to be an American, and we believe, for the most part, that we are the greatest country in the world, and we should be the leaders of the world. Now, the problem with that is that if I say I'm the best in the world, then I'm kind of inferring that anyone that's not an American is kind of second rate. And that's not, I'm not saying that necessarily like they're, the bottom of the barrel, scum of the earth, all third world countries. I'm just saying that we're better than they are. And that's going to create that rivalry. It kind of goes back into the imperialism sense that we're better than others and we deserve more. So not only does it unify, but it kind of separates groups. So your homework that's due tomorrow is going to be looking at the main causes once again. So you actually have a front and back to this. I just have the front part up here for you. The key to this is, of course, do not do task 2, question 1. Okay, task 2, question 1, you do not have to do. Task 2, question 1, for those that need me to say it one more time, you do not have to do it. Most of this is actually a lot of repetition. Understanding what the main causes mean, terms that are associated with it. Complete each task separately, okay? And please do this on your own sheet of paper. You will not have enough room to write on everything. Once again, though, you have Google Classroom to use. If you have questions for me, I'll be up until 8 tonight answering any questions you may have. And like always, ask before it's too late. Take it easy. I'll see you soon. Have a good evening. Peace.